What's up, guys? Today's video is on the top 5 best wireless keyboards in 2023. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So, whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's get started. For gaming enthusiasts, we'd like to draw your attention to the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro, regarded as the top wireless gaming keyboard in the market in 2023. Upon first glance at the packaging of the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro, you may experience a sense of familiarity. This is due to Razer maintaining its signature colors that have been part of the brand for several years. Alongside the keyboard's image, there's a concise description of its main features. Additionally, the top left corner indicates the type of switches it possesses. Upon unboxing, the keyboard is the first item you encounter. As expected, it's well protected to prevent damage from any impact. Interestingly, the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro also includes a wrist rest, which is beneficial for those who play for extended periods. The keyboard itself is quite hefty due to its full-size aluminum structure with a matte finish, ensuring increased durability. The keys are constructed from double-injected ABS material, minimizing wear and tear. At its base, 4 non-slip rubber pads and 2 adjustable tabs provide stability and tilt options. In the upper right corner, 4 dedicated media keys can be found. The switches prove to be highly versatile for both gaming and office tasks. To connect the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro to your computer, there are 3 options: USB cable, Bluetooth, and 2.4 GHz wireless connection. A 2.4 GHz connection requires the included USB key. The integrated battery takes a few hours to charge, but can be used while charging via cable. Razer Synapse is needed to view the battery level. The switch on the left side allows for the selection of the preferred connection type. Razer's hyperspeed wireless technology significantly impacts gaming, offering an experience similar to wired connections. It achieves this by minimizing latency and optimizing data protocols. The keyboard's performance is exceptional for both gaming and other tasks. Furthermore, the material finish suggests that it'll last for many years. To fully utilize the features of the Razer Black Widow V3 Pro, Razer Synapse must be installed. This software enables you to monitor battery life, register the warranty, adjust lighting settings, and much more. The Customization tab offers options for creating and managing profiles. With integrated hybrid memory, up to 5 profiles can be stored in the cloud. As a gaming keyboard, Razer Chroma RGB lighting is essential. Razer's software incorporates dynamic lighting effects compatible with over 150 games. Depending on the game, lighting effects may vary. Some titles that are integrated with Razer Chroma RGB include Fortnite and Apex Legends, among many others. Introducing the Logitech Ergo K860, the finest ergonomic wireless keyboard in the market in 2023, which we'll be discussing in our review list. It has been meticulously designed, engineered, and tested to enhance posture while working on a computer. The keyboard promotes a hand and wrist position that minimizes muscle tension and prevents tendon strain, inflammation, and discomfort, benefiting both those who currently experience these issues and those who have yet to encounter them. Key features of this exceptional keyboard include a curved and split design for better hand positioning, a cushioned area for a comfortable wrist rest, an adjustable palm fit for reducing wrist flexion, and soft touch, short travel keys that require minimal effort to press. A triangular gap between the left and right key sets ensures that you don't need to push your hands or wrists together, preventing shoulder blade pinching. The keyboard's center is also curved upward, allowing your fingers to rest naturally on the keys without twisting your wrists. As a result, you can type with fewer rotations, stretches, and other potentially harmful movements that may go unnoticed daily. Compared to other unibody ergonomic keyboards, the K860 has a pronounced slope, but it's primarily over the central portion of the board, making the incline relatively gentle. Logitech has implemented additional measures to facilitate a smooth transition. The most noticeable is the padded wrist rest at the keyboard's base, which follows the keyboard's curve and provides effective support wherever your hands move. The pad is comfortable for your wrists while being sturdy enough to support your hand's weight and maintain proper posture, even when fatigue sets in. Battery life is essential for wireless devices, and Logitech claims that the K860 can last up to 2 years on a pair of cells, so this should not be a concern. Logitech's premier productivity peripherals, such as the Ergo K860, use Options software for configuration support. Options provide robust customization capabilities, including remapping function keys, creating hotkey shortcuts, and assigning different functionality to various applications. In summary, the Logitech Ergo K860 is an outstanding choice if you're seeking an ergonomic keyboard that reduces strain on your wrists, arms, and shoulders while minimizing adjustment time. Up next, we present to you SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL Wireless. the best TKL wireless keyboard available on market in 2023. SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL Wireless is the ultimate wireless keyboard of top quality. With its fully adjustable omnipoint mechanical switches, you can customize the feel of the keys in truly immersive ways. When it comes to a premium product like the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL wireless keyboard, you can expect to get an exceptional experience when using it, not only in terms of physical build quality and core hardware in the form of specialized switches and customization options, but also on the software and support. And well, for the most part, it's all about the new Omnipoint 2.0 adjustable switches, which are custom mechanical switches developed by SteelSeries that are, as the name suggests, fully adjustable on a per-key basis. That means you can set individual keys or the entire keyboard to be a keyboard with a lightning-fast 0.2 mm actuation point for competitive gaming, or go the opposite way with 3.8 mm actuation for deeper, more tactile keystrokes. Depending on the depth of activation, you can even set dual functionality on the keys to perform different functions. So yes, there's a kind of mechanical switch customization we're used to and what the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL wireless keyboard provides. It manages to pull all of this off in the compact and popular TKL form factor with low-latency wireless connectivity. From a physical design standpoint, the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL wireless keyboard has a minimal look and feel thanks to its compact TKL form factor, meaning you don't get a numeric keypad. In terms of construction, this is a solid 1 kilogram unit with a high-quality aluminum alloy top plate and a tough plastic casing. You have a height-adjustable stand, which is pretty standard for mechanical keyboards, but the small OLED screen sits next to a small but high-quality volume wheel and mute button, which is very cool. Dedicated media controls on the TKL aren't expected, even for something as premium as the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL wireless keyboard. So seeing these additions here is great. There's also a wrist rest, but this is not a pillow. It still provides wrist support, so that's a plus. As for the keycaps themselves, they're double PBT with an anti-fade design and have a great textured feel that's great to the touch. The Apex Pro TKL Wireless can double as a wired keyboard, and SteelSeries has included a nice twisted detachable USB-C to USB-A cable so you can play and charge. Battery life is around 37 hours with RGB lighting, slightly more than expected for a wireless TKL offering. Although the focus is on PC use, especially in terms of software support and customization, the Apex Pro TKL Wireless is versatile. It can be paired with consoles and works, albeit in a limited capacity with Mac systems. The impressive omnipoint adjustable mechanical switches are the real star. The Logitech MX Mechanical keyboard is the best mechanical wireless keyboard on the market in 2023. It's a new entrant to the MKS Master Series and comes with Logitech's Bolt receiver, designed for simultaneous use with other selected Logitech products. It's also Bluetooth compatible, giving you the freedom to connect it to a range of devices. You can choose from Kale low-profile switches in tactile brown, blue, and linear red. Additionally, there's a compact version available called the Logitech MX Mechanical Mini. This keyboard is comfortable to type on for long periods without a wrist rest, and the typing noise is minimal with tactile brown switches installed. The MX Mechanical is made with 45% post-consumer recycled plastic with two-tone gray buttons on an aluminum base plate. It measures 1.02 by 17.1 by 5.2 inches HVD with a narrower mini stretching to 12.3 inches. It weighs 1.8 pounds, making it a lightweight and portable option. The keyboard features an on-off switch next to the USB Type-C charging port on the back right side. The MX Mechanical comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable, and Logitech claims that a 15-minute charge is enough for a day's use. You'll also find a white backlight, which can be dimmed and brightened using the F3 and F4 keys. Operated by an ambient light sensor, the backlight turns off and the keyboard is idle and resumes on touch. Using the Logi Options Plus software or the FN key combination, you can choose static or dynamic lighting with several effects, such as breathing or wave animation. The keys in the top row offer shortcuts for screen and keyboard brightness, volume, MIDI control, voice diction, microphone mute, and other useful functions. There's also calculator, show high desktop, search, and system lock buttons above the numeric keypad. Overall, this model delivers top-level performance at an unbeatable price-quality ratio. Introducing a revolutionary advancement in design and engineering, the Logitech G915, also known as the best wireless keyboard on the 2023 market. This model boasts light-speed, professional-grade wireless technology, cutting-edge light-sync RGB, and innovative low-profile, high-performance mechanical switches. Expertly crafted from superior materials, the G915 embodies an unrivaled fusion of elegance, power, and performance. Lightspeed's professional-grade wireless connection delivers lightning-fast 1 ms performance, making it the trusted choice for esports professionals globally. The G915 is fully functional when connected via USB, allowing for simultaneous charging and gameplay. The G915 stands as a testament to exceptional engineering and design. Painstakingly constructed from premium materials, this keyboard exudes refinement and sophistication while maintaining an unwavering dedication to performance and features. Built for durability and comfort during intense gaming sessions, the G915 represents the future of mechanical gaming keyboards. Equipped with innovative low-profile, high-performance GL mechanical switches, the G915 offers the speed, precision, and performance of conventional switches at half their height. These GL switches undergo rigorous testing to meet strict standards for durability, responsiveness, and accuracy. With intelligent light-sync RGB technology, the G915 allows for fully customizable key lighting in approximately 16.8 million colors. Design your own animations or select from preset effects to create the ultimate immersive RGB experience. Integrate your theme, enhance your gameplay, and expand your keyboard settings. Sleek and refined, the G915 delivers a concentrated high-performance experience, complete with programmable G keys and built-in profiles for total control. Transform the G915 into your computer's command center. Enjoy hours of uninterrupted gaming on a single charge, with a battery indicator light on the keyboard and Logitech G Hub notifying you when the battery reaches 15%, achieving a full charge in just 3 hours, and continue playing while charging via micro USB. Integrated media controls are conveniently at your fingertips, enabling quick volume adjustments, play pause and skip functions for music or videos, and instant audio muting. Connect a Lightspeed wireless for a blazing fast 1 millisecond connection, or effortlessly switch between devices using Bluetooth connectivity. Seamlessly transition between high-performance wireless Lightspeed via USB receiver and Bluetooth with just one button. Overall, this model delivers top-level performance at an unbeatable price-quality ratio. You wanted the best, you got it.